ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 299 of Drunk Dashers Podcast. I'm your host, as always, I'm Tyler, and joining me, we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Sir Colonel Gables. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Tyler. We're one episode away from 300, and on top of that, Extra Life is a Saturday. This is freaking crazy, dude.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Oh, God. But other than that, man, it's like, I'm doing okay. I mean, the work week has been long because, just been waiting so patiently for this time of the year to actually come. And it's like, just can't wait to get tomorrow over with.
Yes. Same with you. It's like, the best way to describe it is like when you're a kid and it's like Christmas vacation, and it's like Christmas isn't until the end of the following week, so you have to go all week like sitting at home, and all you can think about is it's fucking Christmas. We're not sitting at home, we're going to work and all that, but still, it's the week of Christmas, but as adults, this is like our week of Christmas.
Right.
So yeah, I am incredibly pumped. Less than 48 hours away from this happening. It's Thursday night. We're recording this, by the way, guys. Gables and I, obviously, we don't want to record Friday night because we want to get to bed early.
Of course.
We can't really record Saturday night, obviously, because we're doing Extra Life. Sunday's gonna be a no-go for sure. We'll be zombies, and so we figured this is the best night to do it. Plus, it helps that there was the direct today. We both basically got home from work, ate dinner, watched the direct, and now here we are.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, that's been our night. But we do it because we love it, and we love Extra Life, and we love you guys. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of like you, Gables. It's been a, I was talking to somebody Monday at the end of the day, Monday, and I'm just like, man, what a week. Man, it's exhausting. It's like it's only Monday. I'm like, I know, but it's exhausting. Like, we still got 4 more days of this. But yeah, no, it's exciting. I'm excited too because I have a couple days off next week to recover.
There you go.
Yeah, I always request as soon as they announce the new date for that year, usually like January or February, I immediately request that time the time off afterwards. Because let me tell you guys, try to go to work after if you go back to work on Monday, try to go to work with very little sleep and your sleep schedule is all thrown off. On top of that, it's no good. It's no good. It's no fun. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I guess we can jump into kind of the reason obviously why we are recording on such an odd night. Extra Life is this Saturday. We'll talk about next week about what happened with our Extra Life, but this will be our last time talking about it, kind of doing the whole sales pitch on it. But it is this Saturday, November 3rd. People don't know what you do is you play video games for 24 straight hours. You go to extra-life.org, sign up or donate, and all the money you raise for that goes towards Children's Miracle Network hospitals. You get to pick any hospital you want in the United States or Canada, and you ask your friends, families, coworkers, whoever to donate money to you. There are goals too. If you hit like $75, you get a sticker, Extra Life sticker. That's actually really cool. $200, you get a T-shirt. $500, you get a silver medal. $1,000 gets you a gold medal, which I was able to get my $1,000 goal last year, so I have the gold medal for that. I am very close to getting it again this year. I think I'm at 785 right now, so I'm hoping to get it again this year. But if you are, we don't do this podcast to try to get donations. If you want to donate, we really appreciate it. I'm Tyler Courtney. That's Gabe Bagno. If you don't want to bag, just say no.
Yep.
So check us out on those places, please. And if if you'd rather, or somebody that would be interested in this, tell them about it, have them donate, because I'd rather 20, 30 people sign up instead and donate and get people to donate towards them instead of all of you donate towards us. Just as long as the money gets out to those kids, that's all I really care about. But last year they raised over, I believe, $11 million. This is the 10th anniversary of it, or the 10th year of it, not 10th anniversary. And they have raised well over $40 million in their 10 years of doing this.
Yep.
It's only getting bigger every year. So please go out there, check it out. Once again, it's extra-life.org. And you don't have to, if you can't do it on Saturday, Saturday's the game day. That's the day we always do it on, because that's when a lot of our other friends are doing it. But if you can't do it that day, you can do it anytime. If you can't do it all in a row, don't have to. You can do it whenever. You can do stretches here and there. You can always, there's makeup dates. A lot of people do it the Saturday after. Some people, they break them up into increments, like 6 hours here, 10 hours here. Whenever you can do it, you can do it. It takes you all week. You don't have to do it in 24 hours, but that's kind of like, I don't know. I think it's a lot of the fun into it. For me personally, is doing that 24 straight hours. Not so much fun. I don't know if fun's the word I want to use. It can be miserable. Gables, as you know. Yeah, so we'll be doing some streaming with it too. So if you want to check us out, you are more than welcome to do so. At twitch.tv/gingerboy507 is me. Twitch.tv/Colonel Gables is obviously Gables. And if you also want to, we have our own Twitch channel for the podcast, twitch.tv/DrunkNerdsPodcast. And we have it set up that it'll stream our channels whenever we're streaming. So, and then also I set it up so it will stream. So if we're not streaming, it'll stream other people that are participating in Extra Life as well. So some of our friends and the Extra Life channel itself. So it's pretty much all day on that channel. If Drunk Nerds Podcast channel, no Extra Life streams going on there. But yeah, that is kind of the last pitch for it for this year. But as we've been doing the last few weeks, I wanted to talk. We've been going back looking every week. I've been going back listening to the podcast for our Extra Life when we talk about what we did. And I'm going to talk about our first year we did it while doing this podcast. 2013 Gables, episode 22. I didn't realize how early we were into the podcast when we did this, but this was fresh off the heels of the release of one of the greatest games of our lifetime, Resident Evil 6. So I went back and listened to it. And me, Tyler, October 2013, was still in rage mode over Resident Evil 6. So I was I spent a good chunk of the time playing my Extra Life, playing Resident Evil 6. What a fucking waste of time. And the entire time doing it, Jake was in the chat with me trying to talk me out of why are you doing this to yourself, man? Just stop. Just stop doing it. Much like what you did, Gables, last year when you tried playing through it. I'm just stop, Gables. Just don't do it.
And I eventually did because I got stuck in that freaking like a glitched loop where I couldn't find any ammo in one stage. I'm like, forget this.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a bad game. Yeah, but played a bunch of Resident Evil 6. Gables, though, you want to know what you did for this Extra Life?
Okay, tell me.
You weren't with us in the party for a large chunk of Extra Life.
That's true.
You were streaming your own Twitch on your own little stream, playing 64 games and old school games.
Yep.
And you created characters with me and Jake.
Yep.
We did cross dressing. For some reason I was wearing a bra, although I looked really good in it. And you did 2 computer versus computer matches.
At the highest difficulty, yes.
Yep. You're gonna do 2 out of 3 matches. Somehow, miraculously, Tyler went 2-0 in those. You did a regular match. I think the second one was a ladders match.
Yeah.
And you live streamed that.
Yep.
At one point, I started gyrating in Jake's face in it.
Well, here's what happened. I didn't know this at the time because I forgot that special was set, but when you Irish whipped Jake's character into the corner, you used your special meter, and all of a sudden you place him on the top rope, and as soon as you start climbing up the rope, all of a sudden you're just gyrating your hips right inside Jake's face and do a Hurricane Rana from the top rope.
Yeah.
And it was for the 3 count, too. And as I was watching that, I was drinking some freaking 7-Up, and I spat it all over my freaking curtain, my freaking, lamp that I had next to me, because it was so hilarious.
Yeah.
And in the chat, I'm watching you two or something react, and I just read Jake's red. It's like, ew.
Yeah, I remember we were sitting there playing games, and I had the stream up, and I was sitting there watching it, and we were all dying laughing. Sam, I remember where he was watching the stream. He thought it was one of the funniest things he's ever seen. That was awesome. And also, you made a bet with Jake, and I don't know what you guys didn't say what was the winner got. But you bet that you can beat Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on SNES, and you did.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. I don't know.
No death run, too.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that part. So, yeah. And we didn't really talk I mean, that was kind of the bulk of our Extra Life. That was right before the new consoles came out. So it was like a few weeks before the PS4 and Xbox One came out. I know I played a bunch of Black Flag, Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah.
You played a lot of you played like Mario 3, Smash Bros. Melee. You basically spent the majority of your Extra Life playing on old school consoles, which was cool.
Yeah, I did.
And the sad thing that year was that was the year that Extra Life, the website, on game day was DDoS attacked 4 times.
Yeah, it was. That was really tragic, too. I mean, hell, we were just playing things like going along, and the site constantly kept getting down. I was reading things off of Twitter at the time, and it's like, wow, the site's down? Seriously?
Yeah. So people were attacking it, basically, and clogging it up so you couldn't get on the website. A children's charity, and people were attacking it on the biggest day of the year. And it said at the time, I remember they said that they believe it cost them well over $100,000 in donations at the rate they were going. So
wow,
hundreds of thousands of dollars was lost because some piece of shits out there decided that it would be fun to attack a children's charity website on the biggest day of the year. But yeah, sorry to put that on a downer note, but still bullshit.
It is.
Yeah, but that was our Extra Life for 2013. So Gables, have you been playing anything new this week? Because I honestly, I have not.
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, the vast majority of this week has been me pretty much going through practicing streaming stuff with Castlevania Requiem. And I basically went through the entirety of Symphony of the Night again, but this time I've been unlocking certain trophies here and there. Last night, I actually went through and I did beat Symphony of the Night once again.
Oh, cool.
But what I did is I found out a couple different types of Easter eggs that were different from the last time that I had played through it. As you're pretty much like aware and stuff, when I played through Symphony of the Night earlier, I was telling you about like things like the Shield Rod, like what was it? The Chrysogrim and like the Rune Sword and stuff. Well, I discovered that there's actually a sword I've never gotten before, a weapon that I never actually attempted to get, and it was right next to this area where I had obtained the Leap Stone inside the Castle Keep, inside of the Inverse Castle and stuff. So what I did is I made my way to that. I go to this breakable wall, and I break the portion, and there's this weapon here, and it's just like the Dawn Sword or something like that. The Sword of Dawn, that's what it was called. And basically what this sword does is when you do a quarter circle in a specific direction, it summons undead warriors. And I'm like, what the hell? So I keep spamming it, and it keeps on summoning all these freaking like undead warriors, like freaking archers, like bone muskets, this and that. So I basically summoning my own little bit of army or something like that from this one weapon. So what ends up happening is I unlocked a trophy, whereas I could summon every Dawn warrior pretty much, and I basically did it just by spamming the hell out of the quarter circle while attacking. But another Easter egg that I ended up finding out is, because this is a different version, not only do you have access to another playable character like Maria from like Rondo of Blood and stuff, but there actually are extra couple of familiars that you gain along the way. One of them is called the End Demon, which it basically looks like there's some crazy guy's face on top of like a freaking demon sprite, which is kind of weird. I didn't have a chance to try him out though, but the other one is a different type of a fairy card. But this one is kind of special, is the fairy can actually go ahead and like sing in certain portions. So in order to try to see if I can actually get her to sing, I go to this particular part in the long library in the regular castle. I sit in the chair, I'm waiting, and all of a sudden she just starts singing. I'm like, wait, what? It's like I never knew this existed in this game. But honestly, from my initial playthrough, I am happy with the amount of time I spent going through with the stream in general. The longest, I think it was like about 2.5 hours that I did, like around Tuesday or Wednesday night. And man, I'll tell you what, I got a couple of viewers here and there. Very happy that my internet connection did not break out while I was attempting to stream. That has happened on time to time, like on occasions when I'm trying to stream while playing games online, or just randomly just because. But yeah, there are still various things I gotta do in that game in order to unlock all the different types of trophies. if I if I want to go through and get 100%, which, Castlevania Requiem, two of my favorite games, of course I'm going to try to get 100%. But yeah, that was pretty much all I've been playing for this week. I mean, I got my WoW character about level 117, but I'm almost done going through the extent of the BFA stuff. But other than that, yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Oh, cool. That's good, man. I'm glad you're still enjoying that. I did see you were streaming that. You've been streaming that every night, so that's cool to see you doing that. I'm gonna try to do I don't know why I guess I don't know when this podcast is going up, but I'm gonna try to do a practice stream tomorrow night, Friday night.
Right.
See how my setup is, see how it works. But yeah. Like I said, I haven't been playing anything new. I did pick up, or I'm going to pick up. It just came out today. The Quiet Man. I talked about a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think it's like $15 or $20. So it should be coming out today. Like I said, both of us just got home, ate dinner, watched Direct. Now we're here. So I'm gonna be probably downloading that after we're done here tonight. But yeah, so I haven't played anything new other than a few more hours of Assassin's Creed, which I won't talk too much more about. Let's maybe talk more about next week. But let's go ahead and jump into the news. Only a couple topics this week, but they're both pretty big ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we'll start off with the Smash Brothers Direct that just happened. Happened a few days ago to you guys, but just happened to us. So it was a 40-minute long Direct, which is really long for any Direct. Most of them are usually a half an hour or less, especially when it's just about a singular game. They're usually fairly short, so it's surprising to see this one be that long. But this is the final Direct before Smash comes out. So I'm wondering if that means we won't see another. Is this the last Smash Direct before Smash comes out, or is this just the last Direct in general until Smash comes out? I'm wondering the way they worded that makes me kind of curious. So maybe we won't see one for the rest of the year. I thought we'd see two more. I thought we'd have a Pokemon one, then a Smash Bros. One.
I was under the impression this was the last Nintendo Direct dedicated to Smash before the game's released.
Yeah, no, that's probably what it is. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but yeah, I was still surprised when the news dropped, I think Monday or Tuesday, about the Direct, but I'm still excited, obviously. So start off, this is like a big dump of information this time around. Ken from Street Fighter 2 and Incineroar from Pokemon are the final characters revealed. So these are characters 73 and 74. Mm-hmm. Officially, these are the final base game characters, I guess I should say, because they said they were the final characters, but then something happened later on. They also talked a lot about they finally announced the mode that was kind of leaked. They tried to hide a few months ago, but everybody kind of figured out it's called Spirit Mode, but no one really knew what it was. A lot of people assumed it was a single player mode, but it is Spirit Mode is essentially it's like a fighting, like almost like the event mode in a way, where you unlock spirits that you can attach to fighters, and in this mode you can do different events, fight in different. You can fight like a stronger Pokemon, a bigger Pokemon, or not Pokemon fighter. There's like unique some of the they showed one where like the level was all the ground was fire, and you had to defeat them. There's just different scenarios you can be in, and you unlocked these spirits that you can attach to your fighters, and it's kind of like gear, and like you would see in like other games, like it's just getting new gear for your fighters that power them up, like defense and attack and stuff like that. And I kind of stopping there with the Ken and Incineroar and then the Spirit Mode. Did any of those two modes do anything for you?
Well, let's see. With the character reveals, I'm not surprised that Ken was unveiled because it seemed like a natural choice for like an Echo Fighter for Ryu. Let's see. Incineroar, actually, I heard little rumblings about it through rumors and stuff, but I am definitely glad that he is in this game because, for one, I love the whole professional wrestler dynamic just added in randomly. I mean, hell, they got every other type of fighting style from different characters, so of course they're going to add in a Pokemon that's more or less similar to that of like a freaking fire version of Macho Man Randy Savage. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I love how he uses wrestling moves like the Dark Lariat and like the freaking German suplex. Did you catch that little hint where he uses the freaking German suplex on Simon Belmont?
Yeah, that was pretty great. And then he has a back body drop he does too. And
yes, and there's actually a little point where you can actually Irish whip a freaking character, and if you could time it right, you can give him like a freaking back body drop or a clothesline.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I love that. Honestly, I love that portion with the character reveals and stuff. Let's see, the whole spirit mode aspect of the things. I was kind of like a little bit confused at first because, okay, why are we chasing after spirits and doing this and doing that? But learning about the other portion of the single player content actually had me pretty much intrigued. So,
okay, I guess I was a little disappointed in the spirit mode. Just because, I didn't really know what it was, but then kind of find out. I'm like, okay, so we're getting these. It's only is it like, do I take it into the? Maybe I missed it. I mean, I haven't gone online and looked. I've been on a media blackout since the direct happened, and I have done nothing on the internet other than watch the direct and come on and do this podcast. So maybe some stuff is explained later, but can I take this in? I can't take it online. I know that. Do I take it into the regular Smash mode? Is it only effective in this spirit mode? And then what if that's the case? Then kind of what's the point to it?
Well,
really?
Let's see. The random like spirit stuff that you can actually equip onto your character and stuff like that. That's exclusively, I believe, single player oriented. So you can't really like take that stuff online with like different types of buffs or this and that. But yeah, that wouldn't be really much fair for people online if you go through and do this and that. But,
unless they do like a spirit mode online or something. I guess that would make sense. But
yeah,
I guess I just didn't like it. Okay, this looks like it's something. It's just like it looks like it's a replacement for event mode is what I was looking at it as. Which, if that's the case, it kind of bums me out because event mode's one of my favorite modes in that game. That and All Star mode, which is back as well. They announced, but they kind of glossed over that one.
Right.
But I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see on when I actually get to play it some and see if it sticks. But they always have to add their own unique thing to each game, and this looks like their thing to it. So I'll see. I'll try to be open-minded about it. They announced that there will be a Smash Fighter Pack. It's based on a season pass essentially. What they're going to do is they're going to release 5 different packs. Excuse me, at $6 a piece. So $30, or you can buy the season pass for $25, say $5. And what it includes is each of these packs includes one fighter, stage, and music from that game universe. They didn't announce any character stages or anything like that. You can buy this at launch. You can actually buy it now if you want to, but it's going to be available. Like I said, you can buy it now, but they didn't say anything. They said nothing's locked down. I think he said if you buy it digitally, if you buy it through their thing, you get like double the gold points for it if you do it. So that's
right.
Something if you want to do it. I don't know. I mean, looking at that, I mean, obviously we have nothing to go on with that, but I'm probably going to pick that up. It's $25, so it's not a steep price point. No timetables on release dates. All they said was they'll all be released before February of 2020. So that's kind of the only downside, I guess, of it. But
right.
Do you foresee yourself picking this one up?
Let's see. I'm kind of gonna take the same approach as I did with, like, say, Dragon Ball FighterZ in terms of this fighter pack, where I want to see at least the bulk of the characters first before I want to go forth and dive into it. Because with Dragon Ball FighterZ, I did not buy that $35 fighter pass until most of the fighters were unveiled. In this case and scenario, I'm want to do the same thing. If there are a bunch of characters that I like, I will buy, honestly, that $25 pass in general. But honestly, to be perfectly honest with you, after Smash Bros. Releases and stuff, I guarantee you, probably less than a week, people are going to data mine it, and we're going to find out who exactly these characters are. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Even though they specifically said that they haven't worked on the characters yet, but they know the initial idea of who they are.
Yeah. Some people have talked about possibly like maybe Game Awards they'll announce the first character. which would be
That would be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I could definitely foresee that. Yeah, I guess we'll just wait and see. I guess something we kind of glossed over, I forgot to mention, is that this kind of debunks the Grinch theory that we had last week.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, for God's sakes, yeah, that definitely did debunk the theory once you saw Incineroar right then front and center, and then Isaac as an assist trophy.
Yeah, yeah. Like when you saw Ken, you're like, oh, okay. So this, I mean,
now Ken matched up. Yes.
Yeah, which Ken and his, has been a rumor for. I mean, really since probably since they announced the game, I've been hearing talk about him more than likely being a character.
Right.
And then Incineroar has been rumored since about E3, where people were saying, I guess there were rumors going on at E3 that people like
not just rumors, but people behind the scenes have actually verified and seen Incineroar being played. So.
Yeah, and the rumor was he was going to be the last character revealed.
Which essentially he was sort of in that way,
Yeah, he really was the last character revealed for the base game, essentially. And speaking of, they announced one more character towards the end. Piranha Plant is going to be a character. He'll be free. He seems like it sounds like he's kind of what they did with the last games with Mewtwo, where like remember if you bought the 3DS and the Wii U version, you got Mewtwo for free a few months later.
Yep.
And this sounds like it's kind of the same thing. If you buy Smash Brothers and you register the game, I'm not sure how you register it. I don't know if you just buy it and you play it online, or if you go online and do something. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't got a chance really to read much about it, but
you basically use the gold coins and stuff and just like redeem them or something on the Nintendo's website.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's really all you gotta do then. But as long as you buy the game, register it before January 31st of next year, you'll get PD Piranha for free. I'm assuming they'll release them. You can purchase them for a few bucks, like they did with Mewtwo, if you want to pay for them separately. But it'll be free, and it'll be releasing sometime around February. This was I guess for me pretty shocking. When they did this, I'm like, this is fucking Waluigi. It's gotta be Waluigi. And then they fucking goddamn PD Piranha, fucking motherfucker, fucking PD Piranha, fucking.
Actually, I kind of like the Piranha Plant, honestly.
I do too. That's what makes me upset, though. It's like I'm like, that's kind of badass, but it's not Waluigi. But I kind of like Peter. It is his Final Smash is
PD Piranha.
That's really cool. Like, damn it, give me him with Waluigi. Damn it. Get rid of you can get rid of like 70 characters. Just give me Piranha, Waluigi, Young Link, and fucking Pichu. There you go. And call it a game.
Oh god.
Just give me the worst character, Pichu. And then at the end, they kind of it was like I think it was called World of Light, is what they did. But it was like a very long like cutscene that was like all the characters except for Kirby were disintegrated by rays of light, and it was basically spoilers for the end of Avengers 3, Infinity War, but it was basically the end of Avengers 3, but with for people out there that would get that reference, I hope, where like they all just like all the characters just disintegrated. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? And then you saw some like overworld maps. I'm like, oh my god! So this is the new adventure mode. Masahiro Sakurai said he wanted to kind of keep it a secret till the game launches, which is cool. But this, what I said a while ago after the direct we had, I believe in August, about the last Smash direct we had, is I hope they just do like what NetherRealms does with Mortal Kombat and Injustice games, where it's just like with these they've done a fantastic job. And Dragon Ball FighterZ did as well with their adventure mode, the story mode. I'm like, just give me that, but with these Smash characters, and you have enough characters you can do this. Where Injustice and Mortal Kombat, like they got a finite amount of characters, so you have to fight a lot of the same characters over and over again. But it's still it's done really well. You got 74 characters at launch for this game. You're gonna have 80 when this game's all said and done. So they have the characters to do this. I hope that's what it is, but all we had was the overworld map, and it showed like the Pokemon trainer taking a Lapras over the ocean. So that kind of tells me maybe that's what this is. At least maybe, hopefully, anyways. What did you take from this? And are you excited about this.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, that opening cinematic before they actually showed gameplay, it looked like a post-apocalyptic thing where it's like first Shulk just predicts that, oh my god, we're all gonna get killed. And all of a sudden you just see all these characters just get disintegrated right in front of your very eyes. Like, holy shit, this is actually kind of graphic. Then, of course, the one character that's tied to HAL Laboratories that Sakurai himself helped create is the last one that's actually left, and that's Kirby. But, honestly, in all sincerity, I'm kind of glad it's Kirby, because he's one of the characters I'd love to play as the most in the Smash games. FYI. But the whole thing about this new revitalized adventure mode, I kind of like this, because it's more focused upon a aspect to where it's more or less you getting a whole lot of like different things just for fun, just like experimenting with different types of characters, assist trophies and stuff like that. It's not like overtly serious and overtly like bogged down like say the Subspace Emissary was in Brawl. And let's see, from the overall look of it, I'm kind of excited to try it out. I have been waiting to see what the single player type of modes were going to be like. That along, the World of Light stuff for Smash, and all of a sudden like the Spirit mode and All-Star stuff, that's the type of things I look forward to playing the most. Because I could just go forth and just experiment with a whole bunch of different characters. Maybe I want to go as Mario. Maybe I want to go as Simon Belmont. I don't care. I just love just that mindless fun. And that's definitely better than a slog that I did inside the last Smash Bros. Game for 3DS and for Wii U. Where, okay, I'm going to take this character through the classic mode now. Okay, now I'm going to take him through like this target mode and do this and do that. And then when eventually I did get to the event mode, I kind of burnt myself out.
Yeah.
But this is definitely a good change of pace, in my opinion. What did you think?
Like I said, I love it. I'm probably gonna be. I'm gonna overhype myself to death on this, with the World of Light mode. But yeah, I mean, I can't wait for this goddamn game.
Exactly.
The thing that I was most excited about coming out of this was the Piranha Plant, and it sucks that we have to wait till February to play as them. But yeah, I'm excited for it. My favorite things about the Direct was there's two things I love. It was all in the cinematic cutscene for World of Light, where it was it showed the Splatoon boy and girl trying to avoid the ray of light that was disintegrating all of them, and they like shoot the paint into the ground. They dive into it, and it still disintegrates them. And then Snake is hiding in his box.
Hilarious. That's the most hilarious part. You just see the cardboard box. All of a sudden, the cardboard box just blows over.
Yeah,
I laughed my ass off when I saw that. Like, oh my god,
that one got a pop for me for that one. That was great. Yeah, I thought that was great. The whole Direct, I think we both agree, was really good. I liked it a lot. There was, I thought they spent too much time talking about the menu. Yeah. I thought like it was like, why we don't need to talk about like you don't need to teach me how to scroll through the menus like all the options, stuff like that. That was a little too much, but that was very small. I thought, I don't know much about Cinnamoroar, but I thought he looked like a pretty cool character. Obviously, like I said, Piranha Plant is awesome. Seeing the fact we're getting DLC is great. I was hoping for that. I'm glad they're doing something I forgot to mention when we're talking about the season passes. I'm glad they're doing the season pass now, because one of my biggest issues was with the Wii U version and the 3DS version. Excuse me, I got the burps now. Was they felt like they're nickel and diming you on the DLC, whereas like they randomly pop up, hey, here's 2 more maps for $6 a piece, and then here's a character for $8, and then here's all this Mii fighter clothing that's like $25, or you can buy them for $1.50 a piece. It's like it felt like it was, by the end of it, you were just going to spend another $200-$300 in that game. And if you're a big fan, you probably already bought the $100 edition that comes with the GameCube adapter and controller.
Yep.
So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a big plus, and who knows, they might still do that with some stages and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought overall the Direct was really well done. Just when I think I can't get any more hype for this fucking game, I am. We got under 5 weeks to go. 5 weeks from today, or tomorrow actually, when this game comes out. I cannot wait. The biggest thing that sucks about this is it's not out before Extra Life, because I felt like I would be putting a lot of time in that game during Extra Life.
Oh,
That'd probably
my
be my
gosh,
game
yeah.
of the game of Extra Life. What about you, Gables?
To be perfectly honest with you, I'm definitely excited. I was excited for Smash Brothers Now and stuff, and now that we know the full extent of which characters are going to be in it from the get-go, a promise that there's going to be more fighters coming down the line, and a single-player mode, which I feel like I'm going to have a ton of fun with. I felt the overall All of Smash Direct was good. I thought it did a great job of just presenting the rest of the stuff. Were there disappointing things that people like were kind of sad about? It's like, yeah, of course, but then again, it's like you don't go into these type of stuff like with like unreasonable sort of expectations. You can't really take all these leaks and stuff like at face value and stuff without a grain of salt. But in my personal opinion, I thought it was well done, and personally, if I had to give it a rating, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I'd be about there too. But still really good. And I pre-ordered like 4 more amiibos. So
Yep, there you go.
now I just need the Pichu and the Cinderwar ones to go up for pre-order, and I'll get those too.
Yep.
For sure. But let's move on to we have, like I said, only a couple topics, so we'll go on to the last one. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, or a few weeks ago when it was announced. But the PlayStation Classic was announced, coming out, I believe. I forgot the date. It's like December 5th, I want to say.
Less than a month.
Yeah, it's early December. I'm gonna look it up real quick. It's bothering me now. PlayStation Classic release date. Here we go. December 3rd. Okay, yeah, so about a month away.
And then less than a week is like Smash.
Yeah, so the same.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very expensive week. I have both pre-ordered. I did actually. I had the Ultimate Edition one that was like $140. It comes with a controller. I did have that one pre-ordered, but I ended up canceling that one. I'm just getting the base game.
That's a good idea.
As cool as that controller looks, it's
you're just gonna play the base game and probably not touch the controller.
Yeah, I mean, I'd use a controller, but I already have a pro controller. I don't think I need two.
Understandable.
Yeah. PlayStation Classic lineup. So they actually announced the final 15 games. We were talking about it when they announced it. I don't know how long ago. It was probably 3-4 weeks ago. They announced 5 games. I'm like, that's so weird. Why would you want to do that? Like, get it out there now. Well, it's out there. People are talking about it. People are hyped for it. People are pre-ordering like crazy. We started seeing more pre-orders pop up for it. It's been a little easier to get now. It's because it's been pretty much sold out since they announced it. But the final 15 games were announced, so I'm glad to see they just announced them all and got them out. Because there's talks that maybe they're going to announce 5 every few weeks up until it comes out, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, they're out now. The 20 games are announced now. I'm going to go through them real quick. Battle Arena Toshiden.
Okay.
I hope that I said that right. Cool Borders 2, Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy 7, Grand Theft Auto, Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash, Metal Gear Solid, Mr. Driller, Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, Rayman, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Revelations Persona, Ridge Racer Type 4, Super Puzzle Fighter Turbo 2, Siphon Filter, Tekken 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Twisted Metal, and Wild Arms. So Gables, you're more into like the classic games and going back playing those. And I gotta admit, I grew up with the PlayStation. That was like the first like console I had really growing up as a kid.
Yes.
I got into it way late though. I honestly don't know what about half of these games are.
All right.
I guess for you, looking at this, are you wanting to get this? Like, does this list do anything for you? Do you think there's some missing that should be there, or do you think there's something that shouldn't be there? You tell me.
Well, first off, yes, there is a bunch of games from that library that are glaringly missing, in my personal opinion. Going through this lineup of what was presented, it makes me feel that Sony is purposely holding back on some games until like the next year, maybe like a Model 2 or something like that. Because here's the thing. The fact of the matter is the original PlayStation has a robust classic games lineup in terms of its overall library. And most of which are like either good action games, RPGs, and stuff like that. Hell, RPGs were predominantly one of the main focal points of the original PlayStation over the 64 back in the day. But In terms of whether or not I want to buy this, I mean, yes, there is plenty of reason in this bundle right now that I would love to buy this. The game that kind of tipped the scale in me wanting to buy it was the confirmation that the original Persona is inside of this package. Now, to give you a clear-cut view of this, when that game originally released for the PlayStation, it was a typical Atlas release. There was only a few thousand copies that were produced. It was sold, and pretty much the only way you were able to play that game was through the PlayStation Portable, because the original game was remastered for that system. I played little bits and pieces of that. But seeing as how that game that started that sub-series of the Shin Megami Tensei franchise, pretty much, I'd love to be able to plug it into my TV, that PlayStation Classic, and be able to go through and experience that type of, that robust sort of, that robust type of game, you know, with the demon bartering system and this and that. But I'll tell you what, there are definitely a handful of games other than Persona that I would love to play. I'd love to have the original Metal Gear Solid again. That's a given. I mean, hell, it's a classic game. I have it on GameCube, but I'd love to play the original. I'm like kind of a connoisseur, if you will. I love playing the original game on its original console. It doesn't care. I don't care if it's through a CRT or if it's through a video like converter box or something like that. There's nothing, in my opinion, better than playing the original game on its original system. So for that, it's like Metal Gear Solid. It sounds good. You know, go through. I had never played through the original Twisted Metal. That definitely has me interested. Wild Arms is an excellent RPG, but I still would love to play through it in its entirety. Let's see. Cool Borders 2 I have some interest in because that's the only game in that series that I've actually played when I first had a PlayStation. Like originally, back around 20 years ago. That 98-99 year, that decision that I had to make at that Walmart, where my dad is basically like, Gabe, you can either get a PlayStation or you can get yourself a Dreamcast. And I'm like, dude, I'm getting a PlayStation because there was SmackDown 2 Know Your Role. That was me back in the day as a freaking preteen, deciding there on then I'm going deep inside PlayStation. But anyway, that's another time. But I just feel that the overall package in of itself, in the grand scheme of things, are lacking because it's missing vital classics. I mean, maybe not so much like Castlevania Symphony of the Night because, hell, I'm happy with the Requiem that we got. But more or less in terms of like, oh gosh, some other RPG classics, you know, like say a Vagrant Story or a Parasite Eve. And speaking of that, that game is actually confirmed inside the Japanese release of the PlayStation Classic. That's kind of bull, in my honest opinion. But overall, I feel the package is worth the $100 price tag. But anyway, what would you think of this?
Like I said, I don't like some of these games. Like I definitely played a lot of Cool Borders 2 when I was a kid. Cool Borders, I think I played the first one when I was a kid. So I mean,
go ahead and keep talking. I'm gonna go ahead.
Okay. So I definitely I don't really have nostalgia, but I remember playing it. Destruction Derby I played a lot of back in the day. I'm like growing up, my dad had a PlayStation. We played a lot of sports games, so we played a lot of like Cool Borders and Destruction Derby, a lot of Madden. That's why I love Madden. But yeah, I don't know, Destruction Derby, that's kind of cool, but I mean is that game still cool today? Probably not. Final Fantasy VII, no nostalgia for that. There's updated versions I can play that on every console imaginable and every device imaginable to this day. Grand Theft Auto, obviously, GTA was popular, but really the third one's what kicked it off. Intelligent Cube, I don't remember that one. Jumping Flash, don't remember that one. Metal Gear Solid, obviously one of my great favorite games of all time. Rayman, awesome game. Played that, actually beat that was one of the first games I ever beat when I was a kid. Resident Evil Director's Cut, awesome. Once again, that thing has been updated multiple times now. It's been remastered multiple times for GameCube, then again for PS4. Yeah, I don't know. Just looking at this, it's not really doing a lot for me. It's not tickling my fancy. But I mean, it's kind of something I said at the time about a month ago when we talked about it was, um, all these. This is a weird generation. PlayStation 64 doesn't really translate well to today. It doesn't age very well. Like the SNES Classic, Super Nintendo Classic, they age really well. That 8-bit, 16-bit era ages really well. A lot of 2D side scrollers. These are the first time like they try to be more realistic with their graphics, try to be 3D. They just look goofy nowadays. And it's very obvious that the games that they have remastered or did not even remastered, but complete remakes for with like Crash and Spyro and Medieval. That it's very obvious that it's very noticeable that they're not on the list because you think that one of the Crash Bandicoots, one of the Spyros should for sure be on this list, but it's very telling that why it's not on there. And then of course obviously Medieval, but I don't know how big of a game is that really? Was that really a PlayStation Classic? Is it? I don't know. I guess we'll find out when a game comes out next year, when it's remade. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't hate it. Twisted Metal, that's cool. Rainbow Six, it's a first-person shooter from 20 years ago. Siphon Filter, third-person shooter from 20 years ago. Even like as much as I love Metal Gear Solid, I don't know if I want to go back. Like I'll go back and play Twin Snakes for GameCube probably, and still enjoy the hell of that. But it's just tough that some of these games are just better ways to play. Now like the NES and SNES Classic, obviously like some of those games. I mean, those games are truly like classic games that you can play today and still have fun with. Obviously, nothing beats some of the old Mario games. Mario Kart for Super Nintendo still is fun as hell to play today if you want to play it. I know there's better versions out there, but they still are really fun to play today. These games are just clunky and not very pleasing to look at. So I'm kind of trashing it. I'm not gonna sit there and say like, if you're excited for this, I'm happy for you. One of those things. Like I just don't see it. Maybe it's just for especially some of these, like unless you're a massive Cool Borders 2 fan, I guess. But I just looking at these, like a lot of these games have been ported over to several other consoles since then. But I guess you could say the same thing with the SNES Classic. But I think the NES Classic with like the eShop and stuff like that they've had over the years. Yeah, I don't know. It a little disappointing, I guess, in it. But I guess if I had to put together a top 20 list of PlayStation games that I would be, if I had to put together my top 20 list for PlayStation games, I don't know if I could, and even if I could, well, I was able to, or even a top 5 list. I don't know if I want to go back to play those. Like Metal Gear Solid is one of my favorite games of all time. I don't know if I want to go back and play it. I'm kind of scared to. But yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of rambling at this point because Gables is gone. But it's what happens when Gables is gone. I mean, you don't have a lot to talk about. It's Thursday night. I'm drinking a double IPA. Probably shouldn't be doing that because I got to work tomorrow, but it's happening. I'm very tired. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on with me. What's going on with you? Oh, you can't talk to me. Sorry about that. So yeah, I don't know. Fun times. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk a little about Extra Life. I meant to ask Gables at the top of the show. What was he wanting to play for Extra Life? What was his plans? And I totally spaced asking him that. I guess for me, I'm definitely gonna start some Metal Gear, or not Metal Gear. Wow, it's got Metal Gear on the brain now. Some Madden, like I always do. I'm always gonna start off. That's key. Play some Madden. Like I do, always fun. Kill first hour and a half. Gables is starting at midnight on Friday night, Saturday. He's a crazy son of a bitch. He's gonna come home. He said he's gonna as soon as he gets home, he's gonna eat some dinner and go to bed and get get 6-7 hours of sleep and then have at it. I don't really have a time I'm gonna start. I never really do. I just kind of when I wake up, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna try to be better this year. Typically when I start, actually the last couple of years I've been really bad about it. Where I woke up too early. I woke up 6-7 o'clock in the morning. I want to try to go back to sleep. Came back to sleep, and I kind of lollygagged around for a few hours, so I didn't really end up starting until 9-10 o'clock. So I just wasted 2-3 hours. That could be gaming, so it just makes your time longer. So I'm going to try to avoid that. I'm going to try to be better this year at starting as soon as I get up, not wasting any time. Make some coffee, get a nice little breakfast in, maybe some toast, maybe some peanut butter. See how I'm feeling a little crazy. But I'm definitely going to start with some Madden. Gonna play try to jump in some more Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Ooh, boy, I'm tired. Yeah, Assassin's Creeds. I was a little tired, buddy. I'm a little buzzed. I was just talking to the people, That's what I do. I talk to the people while you're gone. I ran out of things to talk about the PlayStation Classic lineup because I didn't have much to say about it.
Yeah.
So I meant to ask you before we got into the meat and potatoes of the show. I was telling them how you're going to start at midnight and you're a crazy son of a bitch for it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to try to start as soon as I wake up. And then my plans for Extra Life, we talked about a little before the show. But I was telling you, I'm going to start off with some Madden, Assassin's Creed's Odyssey, probably 2. And then, after that, I got The Quiet Man I want to play. Like I said, I just picked, I'm going to buy that after the show. Spider-Man DLC dropped last week. I want to check that out too.
There you go.
I heard that's a couple hours. That'd be fun. For sure, going to do some Rocket League. Sometime throughout that.
We will.
We have to. It's like Extra Life Law for the Talking Shit people.
That and Friday the 13th, if we can get a party of guys doing that. I mean, I finally got the damn game downloaded, so yeah, let's try it.
Yeah, especially with it being free for November. It's still free through Tuesday or till Tuesday. So definitely want to do that. Maybe some Overwatch. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But I don't really know. I don't really know what I'm going to play after that. That's kind of, you want to go. I don't want to put too much because I want to overwhelm myself with I gotta play this, gotta play that. I want to have a base plan, and then we're let's see where it takes me. Definitely when you get to the middle, when you get to it's easy to have a plan at the beginning, and throughout the day I'm gonna play some of this, play some of that. I always bounce back and forth between stuff too. But when you get to the middle of the night, you gotta find that game. And that's the tough part is you got to find the game
my gosh,
you can stick with. Like last year it was multiple years now. Like 2013, Assassin's Creed 4 was my Black Flag was my game that I played all middle of the night and then till the end. Last year it was Assassin's Creed Origins. Probably be Assassin's Creed again this year.
Sorry, I'm gonna be right back in a moment again.
Okay, you're fine. I'll keep talking. I can do this all day. That's what I do. Talk a lot. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of jump around. I'm gonna let it flow, man. I haven't been on the Switch in a long time. I should probably check out the Switch. I haven't been on there for a while. See what I got going on there. I'm sure I got some games I want to play in there. I picked up some games before I went on my flight to Vegas, and I never played them. I think I got, what was it, Crossing Souls? I think it looks really cool. I played it for an hour, and then I was on the plane playing it, and it talks a lot about a dog with a family's dog died, and I got really sad, so I quit playing it because I don't want to cry in front of strangers. That's not fun. Definitely don't want to do that. I fucking forgot. Gables and I are gonna play A Way Out. How did I forget that? I bought him a copy of that game to play with me during Extra Life. I forgot about that. So that's one game we're gonna play for sure. Hopefully for sure. Well, I'm sure we'll at least start it. Hopefully we'll play through it. It's like a 6 to 8 hour affair. And I don't really know when Gables and I are going to be able to hook up again to play this. So this might be our one and only shot of doing it. We got one shot, to quote Eminem. I believe that was Eminem. Pretty sure. Yeah, actually, that was Eminem. I'm playing the song in my head now. So we're going to play A Way Out. That's going to be fun, I hope. I bought the goddamn game 8 months ago. Game came out 8 months ago. I bought it a year ago, not knowing that it was a fucking multiplayer only game or co-op only game. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm looking at my game collection here. I got Hyrule Warriors I want to finish on my backlog, even though I beat it before. So that'd be fun. I'm kind of rambling, but Gables is gone again. He came back and he leaves. I'm kicking the shoes off. I'm gonna lay back here. Yeah, I'm gonna drink some beer. It's just kind of a free-form show right now. I'm going to keep going. Hope you guys got a cup of coffee. I don't know when the show's coming out. We'll see how I'm feeling. I'm going to try to get off work at a decent time on Friday. Go to the store, get my snacks ready for me. Get some bananas, some apples, some peanuts. Maybe get some peanut butter for my toast that I might have with breakfast. Maybe I'll get my white girl on and get some Starbucks eventually in the morning. So yeah, that's gonna be fun, and then I'm gonna see how it takes me. I'm gonna go. I need to go buy some water. That's something I'm gonna go buy. I'm gonna have to go buy some water, because I've only got 30 left, and those are gonna be gone quickly. I drink a lot of water, and then you got to include Extra Life. Last year, I said last week, I drank over 20 water bottles. I'm going to do that again next year. I've also, like I said last week, weaning myself off of, update on that, caffeine, trying to wean myself off. No, I'm not going to completely give up on caffeine. Like, you got to have caffeine in you every now and again. Trying to wean myself with the energy drinks, though. It's going really well, I had one break today, or break, not today, this week, where I gave in and I drank a second one. I've been drinking my one in the morning when I go into work at 5:30. But it's been going pretty well. Like I said, I broke down one time and I bought one more and I drank it. But it was I believe it was Monday. It was Monday. It sucks. Mondays suck. You gotta get the extra boost in you, especially when you got Extra Life going on, and it's the week of Christmas, for us. And it's like, fuck, it's Monday. I better go get a second energy drink. So I got a second energy drink. I'm just kind of rambling on, Gables. I've been going for like 20 minutes. I am killing it. This is podcast gold right here.
Okay.
Right now, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I spaced out. I completely spaced out 8 minutes ago.
Well, I'll tell you what, though.
Save me.
I'll go ahead and I'll just talk a little bit about what I'll try to play during the initial stream. Honestly, I want to see if I can try to play a little bit more of Rondo of Blood from the Castlevania Requiem collection. I am probably going to go forth and see how much more I can unlock for the Symphony of the Night stuff. I want to play some more Dragon Ball FighterZ. I know A Way Out is going to be a game that you and I are going to be playing.
Yep.
Let's see. Rocket League, Friday the 13th and stuff. But I also have one mystery game I'm going to be playing that I'm going to be buying tomorrow. Not going to say what it is, but I will be streaming it come Saturday.
Pitter Pot.
Well, I gotta play Pitter Pot anyway because of freaking donation stuff. But but otherwise, though, I'm not trying to pressure myself into playing too many too soon. Because if I feel like I just want to change something midstream or something, I'm gonna do that. I mean, I got every right to. But that's basically my plan going through the Extra Life stuff. If I go through to an extent where I need like a couple hours or something, a break or something, like something happens, I'm going to take it, and I'll more than likely going to probably make it up later on that night. So if I go past the midnight stuff and like maybe 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, then
yeah,
that's fine. A lot of you guys are going to be around that same slog anyway, so I need somebody to help like perk me up.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have that ringer again this year. Maybe we'll look at some Canadian folklore like they did last year. We'll have to figure out some weird country, some folklore from a weird country.
Okay.
With the toy.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, we'll have to figure something out. Find something stupid that keeps us going for a while. Yeah, that's the key though. Is kind of don't lock yourself down. Like you sit there and you look at some people like that stream, and obviously the professionals, they are, they at least do it regularly enough. They're pretty good at it.
Yes,
we're not regular.
They at least go through, they stream consistently, like daily for some people. They have their own camera, they got their own lightings, they try to make sure they got like that personality just set from the get-go and this and that. And it takes a special kind of person just to do that consistently. Yeah,
and I tried doing it last year, and it was exhausting,
Oh, it can be.
Doing the Extra Life in itself is exhausting, but then also trying to, fuck that, I'm not going to try it. I'm going to stream here and there, and I'll try to be entertaining, blah, 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 but I'm going to be me, I'm not going to try to do it the whole time like I did last year. I'm going to try, like I said, it's exhausting enough. I want to kind of let myself play what I want to play. But like what I was saying, though, was like you look at some people, it's like from 2 to 4, we're going to play this. From 4 to 6, we're going to do this. They try to play games that are going to be fun for people to watch, It's like, I'm going to play games that are fun for me.
Exactly.
And are fun with friends, Maybe some of those games are those same games we're going to be talking about. Like, I don't know. I updated Fortnite. You never know. We might play some Fortnite. Yeah. And I'm always down to play Fortnite. I like Fortnite. But yeah, that's the key. Is like, it's like, I mean, if you're playing with a group of friends, like, and there's definitely people I hear about, that, like, Kind of Funny does their 24-hour stream. Giant Bomb does a bunch of streams as well. But if you're like, I mean, this like group of friends I've heard about getting together and playing like in person, that's cool. I'm glad you're doing that. But I'm excited about it. Like I said, I don't know when this podcast is going up. It could come out tomorrow, Friday. I guess I don't know why I'm saying tomorrow because it's weird. Podcasting time is weird because it's now, but future now is a different now. If that makes any sense. I don't know what's happening anymore. But yeah, I'm pumped. For Extra Life. Oh boy, 36 hours away.
Oh yeah.
Less than for Gables, it's fucking like 18 hours away.
Oh.
I don't know how I don't know how you're gonna do that one. I remember Jake tried doing that I want to say like 3 years ago. He got up like 2 in the morning or something, and he played, and he tried doing it. But I remember what was it? I think it was like 2014. He got up at like 2 in the morning, and he played, and it was like 6 or 7 o'clock at night. He's like, all right, guys, I'm going to play Pokemon on my 3DS for a little bit.
And he snoozed because
never came back. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, everybody's like, where did Jake go? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure he fell asleep. And then he, like, I think at the end, like early morning, he popped on. He's like, you have a nice sleep there, buddy? Yeah. So, yeah, you're a trooper if you do that. I am not going to do that. I'm going to come home, like I said. I'm going to go to the store, get everything ready to go for myself. So when I wake up in the morning, ready to go. But I'm going to take a couple sleep pills, get a nice little sleepy poo. That's always tough, you know. Like I said, it's like waking up for extra life. It's like Christmas morning. So I never sleep very well. I wake up and I can't go back to sleep because I'm too excited, and then I'm like, I gotta go back to sleep because I can't sleep for 24 straight hours. Or for I don't know if I might do 25 this year. Well, I usually do 25. We'll see how it goes. I'm saying that now, but I know when I get to like hour 15, I'm doing 24.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm not too sure, but I think I probably will go the 25 as well. Why? Just because. If I'm definitely past that certain threshold where it's like I'm past the 15-hour mark, more than likely I am going to just bite the bullet and go through and just keep continuing on. Well, that's just me.
Yeah, no, it's difficult enough as it is. Especially the real trouble is Jack's barking for some reason in the background. I'm not really sure why, but he's dumb. But not you, Gables, Jack, but the dog, Jack. I love you, Gables. But what were we talking about?
We were talking more or less about the extra life in the games and the times that we were starting.
Yeah, I don't remember what we were talking about now. Oh my god.
I think this would be a perfect time to start wrapping things up.
Yeah, we should, because I'm tired in the dog. Would you stop barking, Jack? What are you barking about, dude? All right, dude. Yeah, I think you're right, Gables. I think that's a good call on your end right there. Let's wrap the show up, because Tyler's getting delirious. So if you like the podcast, thank you for listening, first off. But if you like the podcast and we hear more from us, we do have a Facebook page and group. It is Drunk Nerds Podcast. Like and join us on there. Check us out on Twitter as well at Drunk Nerds Podcast, or Drunk Nerds Pod rather. I'm sorry. Follow us on there. Like I said earlier, twitch.tv/Drunk Nerds Podcast. When we ever do streaming, we also, like I said, when we have our own individual channels. Whenever we stream those channels, it will stream on the Drunk Nerds Podcast channel as well. But individual channels, mine is twitch.tv/Gingerboy507. Then we have twitch.tv/Colonel Gables.
Yep.
So follow us on there, please. And send us friend requests. We like friends. Friends are good. On iTunes, we are at Drunk Nerds Podcast rather. Drunk-Nerds Podcast. Easy for me to say. Subscribe to us on there. Give us a 5-star review. Leave us a comment, please. And then also on YouTube at Drunk Nerds. So subscribe to us on there. Give us a big thumbs up. Leave us a comment. The more people that like our stuff, subscribe, follow, 5-star, comment, blah, 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 the more likely it is for people to see us. So once again, thank you guys for listening. I've been your host. I was Tyler.
And I have been Colonel Gables. So until next time, everyone, have yourself a fun week. Definitely play a lot of fun games or watch whatever the hell you like to watch. But most importantly of all, I hope you enjoyed another fun-filled episode of the Drunk-Nerds Podcast.
Mm-hmm. And hey, Gables?
Yeah.
Too sweet.
Too sweet.
Bye, guys.
See ya.